Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about the Gateway and the Michigan weekend for Cup, Xfinity and Trucks. But before we get into that, we have to talk about next week's schedule, which is Daytona, the final race for the Cup Series regular season. And I think the Xfinity Series, I think they have only two or three more races left. I cannot remember. I'll probably make a note in the editing. So yeah, for Daytona International Speedway, so there'll be no practice and qualifying for this race. So Friday, August 27th, it will be the Xfinity Series for running of the Wawa 250, and for the Cup Series, it will be the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at yeah, there it is. Um, for the running of the Coke Zero Sugar 400. So let's now get into the results. And we'll first start off with the Truck Series, and this is the first race of the playoffs for them. And that was won by playoff contention Sheldon Creed. I was about to say Austin Hill. Whoops. Sheldon Creed won Gateway for the rank of the Toyota 200% by CK Power. Second place then was another playoff contender, Matt Crafton. Then Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, Johnny Sauter, Chase Purdy, Haley Deegan getting her first top 10, including Chase Purdy. I think both those drivers got their first top 10. I can't remember. Carson Hocevar, Austin Wayne Self, Jack Wood, another driver who got their first top 10. Well, ran out the top 10. And Tyler Hill, Taylor Gray, Ryan Truex, Tate Fogelman, Josh Berry, Spencer Boyd, Corey Roper, Chris Wright, Tanner Gray, and Derek Krause ran out the top 20. The number of finishes outside of the top 20, and there's a lot of them. 22nd place, John Nemechek, who's in the playoffs. 23rd, Austin Hill, part of the playoffs. 25th, Grant Enfinger. 26th, making his Truck Series debut, Derek Griffith. 28th, Chandler Smith, playoff driver. 29th, Todd Gilliland, playoff driver. 31st, Christian Eckes. 32nd, Tyler Ankrum. 33rd, Ty Majeski. And 35th, Zane Smith, playoff driver. Some notable events that happened during the race. So in lap 24, Chandler Smith was smoking from 13th place, and that is because of a right rear hub failure, which is why he bumped down to 28th place. In lap 32, Corey Roper spun out and almost collected Jordan Anderson. Lap 41, Derek Griffith backs it into the wall, so he was out, and obviously makes sense why he's in 26th place. And lap 55, Sheldon Creed wins stage 1, as you can see right here. Lap 62 does a red flag due to a power outage, which was caused outside of the racetrack. Lap 110, Sheldon Creed wins stage 2, so he sweeps all the stages. Lap 114, Todd Gilliland spins out Tyler Ankrum due to John Nemechek backing up and being a little bit slow and collects the field. So the drivers who are involved, Ankrum, Ty Majeski, Austin Hill, Todd Gilliland, Jake Griffin, John Nemechek, and Christian Eckes, they were all involved. Lap 130, due to a flat tire, John Nemechek goes behind the wall. And on lap 156, Tanner Gray and Carson Hocevar makes contact, and I think Tanner Gray spun out. I mean, it was both of them. I really can't remember. Which brings out the caution. And on lap 163, Sheldon Creed wins the Toyota 200 presented by CK Power at Gateway. At Worldwide Technology Raceway, but we call it Gateway just to make it easier for all of us. So that is for the Truck Series, and the next race will be at Darlington. So now for the Xfinity Series, that was won by AJ Allmendinger at Michigan for the running of the New Holland 250. Top 20. Second place to Allmendinger was Brandon Jones and Noah Gregson. Josh Berry filling in for Mike Cornett. He was all over the place, I just want to say. And he was in Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. I'll get to the Cup one later. Harrison Burden, Justin Allgaier, Riley Herbst, Brendan Moffat, Jade Buford, and Bubba Wallace ran out the top 10 for Hattori Racing Enterprises. In 11th place, Jeremy Clements, Ryan Sieg, then Ty Gibbs, Matt Mills, Jordan Anderson, Tyler Reddick, Justin Haley, Josh Williams, Tommy Joe Martins, and Colin Garrett rounding out the top 20. Number finishes outside of the top 20. 29th place, Jeb Burden. 33rd, Sam Mayer. 36th, Mike Snyder. 37th, was he a pole sitter? I really can't remember. Yes, he was a pole sitter. A pole sitter, Austin Cindric. And 38th, Daniel Hemrick. Further qualified, obviously, the number 13 of Timmy Hill. Events that happened during the race. So lap 21, we got our first caution from Cesar Baccarella, who backed it into the wall in turn 4. In lap 31, Austin Cindric wins stage 1. Lap 36, a multi-car wreck happened in the backstretch, which involved Cindric, Hemrick, Bubba Wallace, Snyder, Joe Graff Jr., Justin Haley, and Brandon Brown, which makes sense why Cindric, Hemrick, and Snyder was all out. I think also including Joe Graff Jr. I really can't remember. And Haley and Brown. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't remember. And on lap 61, AJ Allmendinger wins stage 2. Lap 88, Josh Berry has a massive run on the backstretch from 3rd to 1st. That was amazing to watch, I'll be honest. It was fantastic. On lap 112, Jeb Burden runs out of fuel near pit road, which causes a caution. On lap 122, Jesse Little and Bailey Curry makes contact on the backstretch. On lap 128, Mason Massey stalls in turn 2, which causes first overtime, and then you know what I mean. Second overtime happened, or third, I can't remember. Ty Gibbs spins out in the backstretch, getting into the wall. And on lap 138, AJ Allmendinger wins the New Holland 250, which is apparently the longest race in NASCAR Xfinity Series history in Michigan. So I guess there's a little stat for you there. So that move, I just want to talk about that move from Josh Berry for a second. If you do know by now, Josh Berry is confirmed to be driving for Junior Motorsports full time next season, and obviously we can already tell why, because of that amazing run that he had. This season, he's had a pretty good season. I'll be straightly honest. I think that's really about it. Yeah, it's really about it. Obviously we don't know a lot about what's going to happen to Noah Gragson, or even Michael Nett if he even comes back due to his leg injury, which is why he was out of the race again. And also, in other news for Xfinity Series, a new team will be running next season, and the owners will be Jesse Iwuji. You may know him from driving mainly in the Truck Series, and an NFL. I can't remember his name, but an NFL defender, or I really can't remember. I'll try to look for it, but I'll put a picture of the of like an article that I found from NASCAR, basically talk about the new team. But yeah, that's Xfinity done. Now we move on to the Cup Series, and that was won by Ryan Blaney, getting his second win of the season. Second place to him was William Byron, then Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Matt Benedetto, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. running out the top 10. Then Chase Briscoe, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, Eric Almirola, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, and Michael McDowell running out the top 20. Number finishes outside of the top 20. 22nd place, Daniel Suarez. 23rd, Cole Custer. Filling in for Corey LaJoie due to COVID-19 protocols in 26th place, Josh Berry. 29th, Tyler Reddick. 33rd, Joe Logano. 35th, Ross Chastain. And 36th, Austin Dillon, who had a horrific crash at the end of stage 2. So here's some notable stuff that happened. Lap 31, Joey Gase hits the wall in turn 2 due to a flat tire, which I think caused the first caution. And on lap 60, Chase Elliott wins stage 1. Lap 120, Kyle Busch wins stage 2, while Austin Dillon hits the wall hard on the in the outside wall. Keselowski turned him at the very end of the stage, just after crossing the finish line. He is okay. He's now in a must-win situation to make it into the playoffs. So he needs to win Daytona, which is gonna be it's gonna be spicy for that last spot because Kevin Harvick has also clinched his spot into the playoffs after finishing 14th. On lap 181, caution for some precipitation in turn one. On lap 187, multi-car wreck, which involves Tyler Reddick, Joe Logano, Ryan Newman, Josh Berry, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, and Michael McDowell. Lap 195, Tyler Reddick spins in turn 4. In a lap 200, Ryan Blaney wins the Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan. And I think he led only the last 8 laps. The last 8 laps for us, so that's fun, isn't it? And so with the now with the Cup Series results out of the way, let's now have a look at the standings. So first, start off with the Truck Series, and this is what the playoff bracket looks like. I'll go over the playoff bracket only for the Truck Series, and then we'll move on to the regular season and the playoffs for Xfinity and Cup. So John Hunter Nemechek still in the lead of the playoff bracket, even though he did DNF. Only 2 points behind him is Sheldon Creed, who has locked himself to go into the next round. Ben Rhodes 3 points back behind Nemechek. In fourth place, only 22 points behind Matt Crafton and Stuart Friesen, Austin Hill, Carson Hocevar, and Todd Gilliland is currently on the bubble. Behind them, only 10 points behind is Zane Smith. And I'm trying to do some math. I think it's 13 points. No, I might be dumb. I don't know. In last place currently in the playoff bracket, it is Chandler Smith. So next place was also going to be Darlington, and that's going to be very interesting to watch, especially in the playoff picture, to see if someone else can push their ticket to the next round, which is the round of 8. So Sheldon Creed, he could just DNF the next 2 races, and he'll still be in it. So that's the Truck Series out of the way. Let's now have a look at the Xfinity Series. And we'll first have a look at the playoffs. Austin Cindric still in the lead, even though he DNF. Then AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Justin Haley, Jeb Burton, Harrison Burton, Noah Gragson, Maya Snyder, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, and Riley Herbst ran out the top 12. I don't know if they're going to give a playoff waiver to Michael Nett. I don't think so. Just really depends. Brandon Brown, I guess, is technically next. And then we have Ryan C, Tommy John Martins, Alex LeBay, and Landon Castle. Those are the drivers who are eligible to make it into the playoffs. But it's a very, very tough ask. But it's Daytona next, and anything can happen in Daytona. That's what everyone says most of the time. Regular season, Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Noah Gragson, Jeb Burton, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, Riley Herbst, and Maya Snyder ran it out the top 12. I'll go only the top 20. Michael Inez in 13th, and Ty Gibbs, Brandon Brown, Josh Berry, Ryan C, Tommy John Martis, Alex LeBay, and Landon Castle ran out the top 20. So that's the Xfinity Series, and now we move on to the Cup Series. And this is what it looks like here. Kyle Larson still in the lead. Obviously, he has a massive points behind Martin Truex. In front of Martin Truex Jr. Then Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Joe Logano, Brad Keselowski ran out the top 10. Then Kurt Busch, Christopher Bell, Michael McDowell, Eric Almirola, Tyler Reddick, and Kevin Harvick ran out the playoff bracket. Austin Dillon is now in a must-win situation, including Matt DiBenedetto. So it's still like, these drivers below DiBenedetto, like Chris Buescher, Stenhouse, Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, they can still miraculously still somehow win at Daytona. Somehow. It's going to be surprising, I'll be honest, if, I don't know, a Chris Buescher wins, or a Matt DiBenedetto wins, or anyone can really win at Daytona. So have a look at the regular season before we go. Kyle Larson in front, and he may get the regular season title. There we go. Denny Hamlin second, then Kyle Busch, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Joe Logano, Kevin Harvick, and Brad Keselowski ran out the top 10. Then Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Christopher Bell, Matt DiBenedetto, Chris Buescher, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Michael McDowell, and Ross Chastain ran out the top 20. So that is really it from this weekend at Michigan and Gateway. Just a reminder that the next schedule will be Daytona for Xfinity and Cup only. No trucks will be present. That's it for me now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.